All right, the last thing we have to talk about is margin of error. Okay, and so margin of error is a difference in results that could appear through natural variability. It is an amount above or below the sample statistic that is allowed for because different random samples can be off from the true population parameter by different amounts. We see this a lot during polling. So like think about election time. They might say a candidate has a 42% chance, they have 42% of the votes. However, they'll usually say that plus or minus maybe 5%. This just allows for natural error to occur because we're taking a small sample and we're trying to project it onto a bigger population. Okay, so we also have something called a confidence interval, which is a way to show what the uncertainty is with a certain statistic. So it might say a 95% confidence interval, which means that 95% of studies conducted the same exact way will have the true population mean within the given range of values. The idea behind confidence levels and margins of error is that any survey or poll will differ from the true population by a certain amount. Okay, these basically just allow us room for error. Okay, so here's what it kind of looks like. If we look over here at number 5, when 3,001 voters were polled, 73% said they were voting yes on the initiative measurement. So 73% is our statistic. 73 of those people that were polled. So the following is also noted. One can say with 95% confidence that the maximum margin of sampling error is 1.8 percentage points. So they're saying 73% of the population are going to pick it based on the sample, but we're about 95% sure that this is true within this sampling error. So this sampling error of 1.8 percentage points, that's your margin of error. So margin of error is MOE. So this is plus or minus 1.8%. So what that means is if you want to find the true number of people that are going to vote yes for this initiative, we have to take 73% and add 1.8%, which gives us 74.8%. And then we have to take 73 and subtract 1.8%, which gives us 71.2%. So the true percentage of voters planning to vote on this measure is anywhere from 71.2% to 74.8%. Okay, but a lot of times statisticians won't give you the range. They will just say, here's the percentage plus or minus this other amount, which means there's times that there might be a president that they say, oh, they have 55% of the voter, but this is plus or minus 15%, which means 55% less, 15 less than that was only 40%. So sometimes the race is closer than you think if you don't take into account the margin of error. Okay, now if you want a smaller margin of error, a researcher has to increase the sample size. Okay, so that's important to realize. The bigger the sample size, the less error. Unfortunately, we can't always increase the sample size. So for example, if you think about like a factory, they have to test so many items to make sure they're within a good, within the parameters, within what's allowed. So they may only pick 10 objects at random and they may check them. Well, they can't always increase the sample size because then they won't have enough product to sell. So it's not always possible to increase the sample size, but if it is, that would definitely eliminate the margin of error.